We'd like to start off with some celebratory items. First, we would like to recognize Steve Brown for his promotion as our new township manager. Steve joined East Whiteland Township in 2017, serving primarily in the role of the zoning and the codes enforcement officer before taking on additional duties as the township's director of property and recreation. In 2018, Steve was promoted to the assistant township manager position and director of codes and life safety, where he oversaw various departments, including building and code enforcement, fire services, EMS, and planning and development. Steve brings a wealth of experience in local government with a career spanning more than 35 years. He graduated with a bachelor's degree in public administration from Juniata College and a master's degree in public administration from the University of Delaware. Steve is a 35-year member of the ICMA, which is the International City County Management Association, and currently serves as the township's representative to the TMAC organization, which is the Transportation Management Association of Chester County, where he recently participated in their Strategic Planning Institute initiative. Steve is also the loyal husband of Jean Brown, who grew up in East Whiteland Township and who's in the audience. Wave. And he's the proud father of 2 great sons, Daniel and Andrew, and 3 spoiled cats. In his spare time, Steve volunteers with the Boy Scout Troop number 78, which I believe Rich has been part of.
That's correct. Yeah.
And he's very involved with the Radnor Race Committee, and which in turn supports the Brandywine Conservatory. Welcome aboard, Steve, and I think we've got some more accolades that former township manager John Nagel, who's on the Zoom call, would like to add.
Steve has definitely earned and deserves the opportunity to serve as township manager of East Whiteland Township. He has taken on anything and everything that he's been assigned, and then some. We have a culture here of collegial, cooperative, and compromise. That was very evident through this whole transition and succession planning process, and Steve embraces all of those things and has done exemplary work during his whole time here. Congratulations, Steve and Jean, and best wishes.
Yes, and in addition to knowing Steve here at East Whiteland, I have been honored to know him how many years? Since our kids were not as tall as this table? Yeah, a dozen. Going back through scouting with all our kids, and every experience from freezing in tents to getting soaked in tents was, I guess, a lot of fun.
All I wanted to say, Steve, is I just look, and going into my second year as a township supervisor, I look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Scott, Rich, and Peter, and John, for your kind words. I'm a little surprised I'm not a deeper shade of red than I normally am, because I do not like the limelight, but thank you again for the kind words. And I just have a short statement. I'm going to say it's an honor and a privilege to be appointed and to serve as East Whiteland Township's township manager. And I greatly appreciate the faith and trust that the Board of Supervisors has placed in me. To me, East Whiteland is one of the premier communities in Chester County and frankly in all of southeastern Pennsylvania, and I'm very excited to serve in this role. I do want to take the time just to recognize the hard work of the supervisors and managers that have gone before and have served this community. We don't get to this point overnight. There's been a lot of hard work put into this community by supervisors, managers, and staff. And as a manager, I especially want to recognize the hard work and efforts of John Nagel, who is my immediate predecessor, Terry Woodman, who was John's predecessor, and a gentleman named Don Reimenschneider. I don't know if any of you remember Don. I remember Don. He was manager here for 38 years. Wow. And I didn't know him real well. I just knew him because I worked in the neighboring community that Scott mentioned, that I won't mention again. He was an incredible guy. Anyway, if you're at all familiar with government in Chester County, you'll know that those are big shoes to fill, meaning those three folks who had this position before me. So I plan to do my best to uphold the board's and the community's tradition of excellence and good government, and will work hard with the board and staff and our community to accomplish just that. So thank you very much.